Robin and I lived in north of Athens, Georgia for many years. We met at I was playing at a little club called Rappers, downtown Athens, Georgia. It was called Rappers not because they played rap music, but because it was located in the basement of the big 5-story department store building, and in that corner of the basement used to be the gift wrapping department. You know, same thing I thought. Well, I hadn't played that little club for a couple of years, but I was my second week there. It was me and my bass player Mike, and Mike still plays bass with me after all these years. And we're playing this club, and these two girls come in with their dates, and they sit right in front of me. And one of those girls was really pretty. And I was a really fine entertainer. I knew exactly what songs to play to bore those boys to death. So they go in the back and shoot pool. When they did, we took a break. Advantage of being a few years older than the boys. Anyway, we took a break, and I sat down next to her. I can't believe I said this to her. I can't believe I'm telling you I said this to her. I said, when do we get married? Stupidest thing ever. It took me 2 years to get a date. But of course I won because we've been married 35 years this coming summer. A lot of people lost a lot of money on a lot of bets in Athens, Georgia on that one. But we lived way out in the country, and it's one of the things that I finally realized why she didn't want to go out with me, because I lived way out in the country. I lived 18 miles outside of Athens. I mean, corner of 2 dirt roads. And because I had moved out there, I had a couple of horses I was taking care of out there, and I was driving out to feed them one day, and I passed this place that sells these storage sheds you put in your backyard, 12 by 24 foot thing made out of metal, tin shed, and every man's dream. Yeah. You girls think we dream about other things we don't. We just want a shed in the backyard. He should. Well, I bought one of those things and I moved it out there, and I moved in. And I lived in it for 2 years. I'm serious. I put some rough plumbing in there, and I put insulation on the walls and ceiling, and I covered it all with visqueen plastic. and I put a hot water heater, a laundry sink, a shower, and a toilet, and moved in. And I was trying to figure out why I couldn't get a date with Robin. Stupid. But anyway, we did get married, and we got married July 9th of 1988, and we had a little house we built, and the contractor said it'd be finished the first week of June. We got married a week later, and he lied. He finished it in October. Guess where we live for 4 years? Tool shed. Oh, yeah. I was a tiny house before tiny house was cool. Well, we stayed on that floor. We got a little house built, moved in, and all 3 of our children were born when we lived there. We built Robin's mom a house next door to us, and she couldn't get her to move into the tool shed, so we built her house. And I had 5 acres, and I bought 5 for her next door, and then we bought 8 next to her. And then 45 acres across the street came up for sale. I had to have that. And then 63 next door to that came up. Oh, gotta have that. And so by the time we lived there, we had like 150 acres. And I still love that place. Maybe one day I'll end up getting it back somehow. I got a jar of dirt from the pasture on my desk. It's hallowed ground. I'm not going to touch the jar of dirt. And I was in the barn one day, and I was changing the oil. Have y'all heard this story? No. I was in the barn one day. I was changing the oil in my tractor, and I was laying on the ground changing oil, and I heard Robin call me from the house. It's about 100 yards away. I faintly heard her voice through the trees. I heard, John, John. And I lay there, oil dripping on my head, and I thought to myself, she's got 2 feet. And then I realized what's good for me, and I got up and ran in front of the door, and I said, yes, dear. Come here. 2 feet. I raced out of the house. I said, yeah, baby, what's up? She said, you need to come in and get cleaned up. We're going to Atlanta. I said, Atlanta? Hour and a half drive. What in the world for? She said, don't worry about it. Mama's watching the babies. Come on, get cleaned up. Oh, I said, I'm in the middle of something. I can't walk away. She said, oh, it's a tractor. Who cares? Come on. So I get ready to go, and we get in the car, and she's got to drive. Somebody shoot me now. You know that there are drivers and there are riders. You're one or the other. And 2 drivers can't be married. So I'll sit at the grocery store sometimes. Some guy sitting in the passenger seat, wife's driving the car. He's resigned himself to being a rider. I just can't do that. You come to my house, take me to dinner, I'm driving your car. So anyway, there I am in unfamiliar territory, and we're driving this hour and a half drive to Atlanta. I've cleaned up the French fries the kids had spilled in the back seat that week.